under the quiet weight of the sky. Briarwood is a town built on memory. It remembers who arrived with hope and who stayed out of duty. Evelyn Harper knows this better than most. As the preacher's wife, she moves through the streets with grace shaped by expectation. Her smile is gentle, her voice calm. But beneath it all lives a loneliness she has learned to hide. When her husband rides east on a long mission, the town praises her strength, never questioning the silence he leaves behind. Lucas Reed lives where Briarwood thins into open land. He works the soil, tends cattle, and speaks only when words are necessary. Widowed years ago, he carries his grief like a scar that never quite fades. The town sees him as distant, but solitude is his way of surviving love's absence. He believes some hearts are meant to remain quiet forever. They meet outside the general store on a slow afternoon. Their conversation is polite, brief but charged with something neither expects. Lucas notices how Evelyn listens, as though every word matters. Evelyn notices how his silence feels thoughtful, not cold. When they part, the air between them lingers longer than it should. A shared errand becomes a walk beneath the open sky. Laughter escapes Evelyn before she can stop it, surprising them both. Lucas feels warmth return to a place he thought had gone numb. Neither names the feeling, but both carry it home. That night, Evelyn kneels, alone in the church. Her vows echo louder than her prayers. She asks for strength, for restraint, for forgiveness, for a heart that has begun to stir. Across town, Lucas sits on his porch, reminding himself that love does not grant permission, especially when it belongs to another man. They meet again by the river. Conversation drifts toward loss. Lucas speaks of his wife with reverence, not bitterness. Evelyn admits that marriage can be lonely, even when it is honorable. Understanding settles between them, gentle, unmistakable, dangerous. They establish boundaries without saying a word. No touching, no meetings alone at night, no promises. Yet every glance carries meaning. Every moment together feels borrowed and precious. Whispers begin. Lingering conversations. Shared paths crossed too often. Evelyn feels the weight of judgment before it is spoken. Lucas begins to pull away, believing distance is the kindest choice. The separation hurts more than closeness ever did. A letter arrives from Evelyn's husband. His mission is extended, perhaps indefinitely. His words are dutiful, distant. Evelyn realizes the life she is waiting for may never return. Grief gives way to clarity. Lucas decides to leave, believing his presence only complicates Evelyn's life. When he tells her, she finally speaks the truth she has buried, that love should not feel like erasure. Her voice trembles, but it does not falter. At dusk, beneath a sky heavy with color, they meet one last time outside town. Lucas confesses his love not as a demand, but as an offering. Evelyn admits she has never felt so fully seen. When he gently takes her hand, it feels like stepping into truth rather than sin. News comes unexpectedly. Evelyn's husband has chosen a permanent life elsewhere. He releases her with honesty, acknowledging what he could never give. The town murmurs, but cannot deny the grace with which she stands. Lucas returns. This time, he does not stand at the edges. He claims his place beside Evelyn openly. Their love is no longer borrowed, is chosen. The town watches, but slowly, acceptance replaces judgment. They build a shared life, simple, steady, full of intention. Evelyn's laughter rings freely now. Lucas learns that happiness does not erase grief. It walks beside it. Together, they become proof that love does not need permission to be real. At sunset, they stand on the ridge overlooking Briarwood. Lucas slips a ring onto Evelyn's finger, adorned, honest, true. The sky stretches endlessly above them, no longer heavy, but vast and forgiving. They are not hiding. They are home. Time has a way of softening what once felt impossible. Years after Briarwood whispered their names with doubt, the town speaks them now with ease. The streets have changed. Little, the same dust. The same open sky, but the way people move through them has changed. Doors are left open. Laughter carries farther. Judgment no longer arrives before understanding. Evelyn wakes with the sun, as she always has, but the mornings feel different now. They are not shaped by duty alone, but by anticipation. She moves through the house. She and Lucas built together, hands brushing the worn table. The window frame, smoothed by years of touch. Once, she believed love had to be quiet to be good. Now, she knows it can be both gentle and free. Lucas is already outside. The land, answering to him in ways it never once did when his heart was closed. He turns when he hears her step onto the porch. And the smile he gives her is still something she feels in her chest. Grief remains a part of him, but it no longer defines him. Love did not erase the past. It taught him how to live alongside it without fear. They share coffee in the early light, shoulders touching, silence easy. Their affection lives in habit, new in the way. Lucas reaches for Evelyn's hand without thinking. In the way, Evelyn leans into him as if she has always belonged there. Once, they were careful not to be seen. Now, they are careful not to take this life for granted. The town has learned to accept them, not because they demanded it, but because they stayed. Children run past their gate. Neighbors stop to talk. The church bells still ring, but they no longer dictate the shape of Evelyn's days. Faith, she has learned, is not obedience, it is truth lived openly. At dusk, they walk beyond the edge of town, where the land opens wide and the sky lowers itself slowly. Lucas takes Evelyn's hand, fitting his fingers through hers as naturally as breath. He presses a kiss to her knuckles, the same quiet reverence he has always shown her. They stand beneath the vast sky that once felt heavy with restraint and fear. Now, it feels forgiving, steady, strong, enough to hold everything they have been and everything they chose to become. They do not speak. They do not need to. Love, after all, did not arrive in fire or scandal. It arrived in patience, in courage, in the quiet decision to stay. And beneath the wide western sky, it lasts. Like and subscribe. Aurora Tale Wild West. God bless.